And down here, look at your nice plants.
Hi, my name is Simeon Michaels. I built this house by myself with a few friends, and I made as much use of recycled material as possible. Right, knock knock. I actually put an ad in the paper before I started building, and I asked for people who wanted to donate building materials, and I spent about 3 months driving around with a trailer and picked up stuff that people couldn't use, sometimes helped them out, help little old ladies fix gates and stuff, and got heaps of material. So a lot of this stuff is free, the rest of it I got mostly second hand. Right, this came from the tip shop on the Gold Coast, 50 bucks. Right, this is called a cordwood wall. It was my idea, inspired by people building firewood walls with mortar, but that doesn't work so well. This works great. So this is all the offcuts from the whole build. So for example, that was a post. That's a 5x5, that's a post. That's a 4x4, that's a different type of post. These are all the 3x2s, the hardwood framing, and so on for the whole build. That took about 10 days by the time we sanded it and polished it and all of that. But the great thing about it is that it looks just as good on the other side.
How good is that?
Stuff. This was given to me by a very nice guy called Steve. Thank you, Steve. 2.4 aluminium door. He just called me up and said, I've got a door for you, do you want it? And it went straight in. I'll take that up on the deck. We live in a beautiful part of the world. This is known as Braes Forest, and it's an eco-village. It's 100 acres. We share it with 7 people. 3 houses are built, one's on the way, and we've got 3 to go. And we're going to be doing forestry, orcharding, veggie patches, the whole lot. So it's not just the house, it's a whole lifestyle thing. And you've probably seen the background. We've already got some veggie patches going. That's very important, and some little fruit trees in there behind the fence, and yes, all the timber that's left over from the build. Okay, this is weatherboard. Someone from the community gave that to me. That was off an old house. I just left like it was. And this is aluminium cladding, so it's never going to rust. And we pulled up a lady's old floor, demolished a floor for her, and she gave us all that as well. Now that up there is a cable so that I can swing around the house, like cleaning cobwebs and painting and all that kind of thing, just to be safe and have some fun while I'm doing my housework. This is the walk-in wardrobe. My fiance is Japanese, so that was inspired by the Japanese style shaping of roofs, and I kept that really minimal in there. So I was quite proud of this. All this is that's just a stainless steel rod. This is balustrade fittings, it's all cheap as chips, and then you put that all together and you end up with a nice hanging space that's really open to the air. It gets a bit mouldy around here if you close things in too much. What else? This is the bed that I built myself. And the timber is a hoop pine that got hit by lightning and fell down on the land. So we milled that up and then polished it and beeswaxed it. If you ever want to polish a timber and seal it in a way that's completely natural, you just get a hairdryer and a rag, rub beeswax on it, melt it with the hairdryer, rub it in. It takes ages, but the result's fantastic. This is a piece of ash. And this was left over from the building of the new Parliament House. And a guy had it who helped build the new Parliament House. He had it spare, and one day his wife told him that they were going to Ireland. So he had to sell everything, and I got some beautiful timber from him. That was an old carport. That's Oregon pine, another beautiful timber. And do you want to come out onto the front deck? Is this getting too long?
No, it's alright.
Yeah, I really wanted double opening doors. I don't know why, but sliding doors just didn't feel right. So to be able to open doors up and walk out onto this deck and, watch the stars and the moonrise and all of that, it's a very special thing. We've got an outdoor shower here, and all of the water from the outdoor shower lands on a roof which runs under this deck and goes out into the garden. move on. Okay, this door came from the Cotton Club, and for those of you who were in Byron Bay in the early 90s, you will remember the Cotton Club. You'll probably remember many. That was probably about as good as Byron Bay ever got, I think, the days of the Cotton Club. So that's just a little memory for me every time we go through the house. There's our linen cupboard and a beautiful little Japanese cloth. And let's go up here. This is the play area. This is where the kids just gravitate to, and this is where you come to relax. There's no work up here, just relaxation. Come on up. Okay, so this is the loft area. There's windows all around, and so as you're here, you just get lots of different little views. It frames all of the little views. So you lie here and watch television. Right, that's pretty good. Pretty relaxing. So what's on telly? Probably not much. The great thing about having the telly there is that you've got to make an effort to come up here. Like you can't, if you're just downstairs, you can't see the screen and it's just a noise above your head, which is really annoying. So because you've got to come up here, and then, you know, if you need a drink or a biscuit or a cup of tea, you've got to go down. Yeah. You tend to only come up and watch telly for a little while and make it worth your while. Like you watch a DVD, you watch telly. It's not just like the telly's just on. You know what I mean? Like those houses where the telly's always on, and then you sit down and next thing you know, you're eating chips and your whole day is gone. That never happens here. So that's pretty good. I really wanted this house to work because I'm into rock climbing and stuff. I really wanted this house to work not just along the horizontal plane but on the vertical plane as well. So you can start right down in the kitchen. You can come down there, up here, up into the loft. So that's 3 stories already. And then you can come up here. Right, this is called the hatch. Okay, so this is where you stand in a storm. Okay, you can watch the storms rolling in. Holy shit!
And I was going to say, you got a lot of business up here.
Oh my god. Well, that's a new one. They've all just flown in or something. They're all gone nuts.
I think the ants have just gone flying.
Yeah. Anyway, well maybe they need to get out. Right.
Oh, you can feel the breeze straight away.
Yeah. So the idea of this exactly is to create in the hot summer months is even if there's no breeze at all, those really muggy days, the heat rising up from the bottom of the house will create its own convection current and pull air up through the bottom and keep the house cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's nice up here too. Nice view.
Yeah. And while this might look very rustic, all of this stuff, it's actually pretty high tech. So we've got some HDMI cable in here. You can link your Xbox straight through the amplifier and have surround sound gaming on the television. So yeah, here's to that. Okay, so this is a little fold down ladder. Makes it easy to get up through into the top floor of the house. And that's up here. There's a couple of handles. And then just come up here.
Can I? Yeah.
And this is a little deck. It's a little roof deck. So obviously the roof slopes, and this is flat. So just enough room for a mattress and a bottle of champagne, or have a little dance, a little salsa in the late afternoon sunlight. Just a good place. We actually watched a full lunar eclipse from here at about 5 o'clock in the morning in the middle of winter. It was amazing. It was so beautiful. It was incredible. Okay, and it's always a good idea to remember to pull this down. I have left it open a couple of times. Right, on we go. This is the bathroom. We only have one bathroom, and yeah, I wanted this to be nice. So I found that on the side of the road. So that was good. This brought back from Bali in hand luggage. Just pretending to be light, like no worries. This was an old meat safe, so it was on much taller legs. But it was in a bad way, and I've restored it. So this is the original mesh, and this is how they used to keep meat and stuff away, the flies out of it. That's what they used to do before refrigeration. Now the back of this is actually, they used to make it out of the old packing crates from the ships, and it says on the back of it, it's the SS Burrawong, which sank in 1907, which means that this is at least 100 years old.
Cool.
This is also from the Cotton Club. There's I don't know if you can see it, but they're blown glass, all of the doors, and then again, it just gives you a little outdoor sort of experience while you're showering.
It's great.
Yeah, it's good to be close to nature. And the bath was about $200 from a garage sale. Needed a bit of paint, but it's all good. And this is the composting toilet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you do whatever you have to do, and then you throw some wood shavings in. And the great thing about a composting toilet is that it has a fan which sucks all the odour away, so the bathroom, doesn't matter what you do in here, the bathroom never smells. I don't know why everyone doesn't get one. Anyway, so yeah, so you finish your day, you got your dirty washing or your dirty towels, and you just drop it on the floor and you kick it through the hatch. And that lands in the laundry basket unless it's too windy. Alright, so here we are in the kitchen. We got these beams from the tip. They were going to turn them into wood chips, and they were round, and we had to square them off with a mattock. So there was a lot of work involved, but I think they define the space. They give it some real strength. So I'm happy with that. The kitchen someone had to pull it out of their house. There was a guy who worked pretty hard, and his wife wanted his house to be 1 metre wider, so he had to pull his whole kitchen out, put a new one in, so his house could be 1 metre wider. And I bought the kitchen and wrestled it into place. Lots of little things going on in here. Oh, you see, there's the towel. Almost made it into the laundry basket. It's just blowing a little bit. I'm going to raise that up so I get a higher percentage shot. Yeah, but it's still fun. Anyway. What else? Yeah, these mosaics were done by my partner and her friends. So they're all across the walls. There's some there. And then they go across to there, and then there's more there. Let's bring a little bit of art into the house. Oh, the floors, it's Besser block construction, so there's nothing new about that. I had to buy that all new, and I put a concrete slab down as well, so there's nothing eco-friendly about that either. But the floors are a locally milled turpentine, and turpentine is it's what they make wharf piers out of, so it's almost impervious to water, it won't rot, and the termites won't touch it. So I've always been a bit iffy about timber floors down on slab. I think it's asking for termites, so I thought I'll spend the money and I'll put the turpentine floor down and I'll never have to worry. So termites are a problem in this area, and the way I've dealt with it is, first of all, to try to keep them out of the house, but also all of the house is built out of such heavy old hardwoods that if the termites get in, the only thing that they're going to go for is these little bits of trim, like that's hoop pine. They'll eat that for sure. That's yummy for them. And little bits of architrave. So if the termites do make it into the house, instead of eating out the structure of the house, they'll come straight onto the little bits of trimming, and then I'll see them and I can kill them. Okay. Right, that's my idea of termite protection. Come back in 30 years and you'll know if it worked. Right, that came from someone in our community as well, Rob. It used to be in his shed in Canberra, and he sold that to me very cheap. Thank you. And I think that's it in here. Pretty much. Yeah. You can come outside. What else?
This grass is coming up nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like this special area here.
Yeah.
Like you can see how it's going to turn out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 2 more things I want to do. I'll show you. Right. I want to turn this into a combined park sort of fernery and climbing area. Okay. So there's going to be a little park bench there, and I want this whole thing covered with rainforest ferns. And then I want to build a climbing wall that goes up here, up the stairs, up into there, up these stairs, along the roof and possibly out all the way to the deck. And then from the deck, you could do a little traverse around the deck and step off there. So if I get all that done, it'll be about a 15-minute circuit, I reckon, to come all the way back to here. And that'll be a hell of a workout.
Yeah, every day, every couple of days.
Yeah, the second day, that'll be it. Yeah, that's the fitness regime. That's the end of it.